Hello everyone, it is July 5th and this is the second message of the day. Something or someone is superior. These nefarious ones are discussing it. They're asking about if another being is intelligent. Last night somebody was saying something about artificial intelligence and that they cannot leave. So we have an original biological person out there who is intelligent. They did not gain these gifts or these abilities by cheating or by stealing. They're the real deal, and they are superior to these artificially intelligence connected beings. The person they're stalking is naturally, organically connected to the divine and the upper dimensional communications and realities. No longer separated through magical means. One of these entities is calling this one a collector's item. These are not human. These are entities that enslave humans, eat humans, breed with humans by force, and do genetic modifications and research on them. They want this collector's item. It's an original one that they didn't think existed still. They thought they had unalived and wiped them off the experiences. The scales are being balanced, somebody said. Those that threaten others are talking about focusing. They want to focus the whole group's mind and then send thought forms and energy out to this collector's item. They want to interfere with the energetic flow and the mental body of this person. This is a bunch of masculines, or whatever they are. Someone is making the recommendation to dispatch the oracle because she knows too much. They've been fighting with God and the luminaries connected to God, this family divine. There is an oracle present here that they need to get rid of. They feel the need to stop her influence in the world. And it sounded like the curator saying Jesus was doppelganging Yeshua. Take it as it resonates. They're looking for ways to mess someone up. They're asking about taxes, and apparently your taxes are paid. And they keep talking about medicine, like they want to sabotage it or somehow and make it so that you can't have it. The curator is talking about Osiris. There is no violence within her. The kingdom of heaven is within her, and Osiris couldn't keep her. Apparently, the curator is being told by somebody that he wasted their time, and he's got a lot of people mad at him. She was innocent. They went after an innocent person. Generation after generation, lifetime after lifetime, they prostituted her energy. Every marriage that she ever had in all of these different lifetimes sacrificed her. They wanted to destroy her faith in marriage, in love, and in sacred vows and connection. They've been working on this for centuries. They're talking about a vaporizer, and somebody is being told to think twice. Back in the 50s or whatever that was, there was a lot of people who spontaneously combusted. They're talking about using a vaporizer on this woman. It's a military device. They want to give her a particle event. They want to nuclear fission her. They want to separate the nuclei of her body. These ones are talking about clearance, and the thought was centered around military. So they need clearance to reach the vaporizer so that they can try to vaporize this woman. A woman said, What the fuck is happening? Pardon my language. But that was the message. There's something ceremonial. Something has been ordained. And they're desperate to move against everything that is happening now, to try to sway it back into what it was. One person is saying to another that she needs to come clean, as difficult as it is, about the entire family. There's something about 1.2 something. It could be dollars or whatever. Take it as it resonates. Somebody wants to get solid food. This could be the person who was dumpster diving. Was that in this message? Well, anyway, it could have been in the previous one. Somebody was dumpster diving, and apparently somebody, if it's not the same person, wants to get solid food. Someone said, I know who did that. Apparently somebody was meant to be there. It felt like they were talking about their birth state. So something happened to cause a long journey of relocations, being shuffled around, and now they're back in that place or something, that original location where they were supposed to be to fulfill a purpose. But these ones, like for me, in the 7th grade, I got beat up every day by three girls who were much bigger than me. There was something wild about that, but nobody ever did anything about it. It went on for the whole year, the whole school year, until we relocated out of that area. So that you might have had an experience like that, in your hometown, where something just drove you out. One masculine said, I don't give a fuck. He's mad. Somebody said, spookers, which is something that frightens or startles. It's also an espionage agent, a spy. It was attached, one of them said. So they're either complaining that something was attached and it's no longer attached, or that something was attached to one of them and, I don't know, maybe they got it off. Whatever it was attached. It's no longer attached. And then there was a ... or the treasure funds, somebody said. It's like somebody's getting cut off. They can't pull from the treasure box anymore. In the previous read, there's something about a new credit system. They can't just go and pull off the treasure funds. Whoever it is that they're targeting here has the strings for the treasure funds. She has won this fight. She has gained the land back. This all belongs to her and her family. And you've got these low vibrational brutalizers of humanity who are trying to take her out in a desperate attempt to claim it again in a ceremony, a sacrificial ceremony that requires a lot of pain and suffering. Somebody was saying that they had 6 minutes. They're talking about 6 a lot. Somebody else asked, what do you mean about jurisdiction? Which is the official power to make legal decisions and judgments. It's also the authority, command, control, dominion, power, and sway. They're a messenger of God, someone responded. And they're trying to assassinate this person. Someone else has been found to be an enemy of humanity. They are an enemy of God. They ate God's children, and they're infected. They corrupted everything, and then they convicted the people for being corrupt. There was no competition. It was them betraying and harming innocent people. purposefully. There's something about America and something about a rescue. My mother, one of these masculines said, and he sounded very angry. There's something about having to choose and how there's imitations out there disrupting people's actual destinies because some dark collective has been presenting these false people before the true union could take place, hijacking the divine connection. This is what they've been doing with stalking people's mental bodies, finding out what they're doing, what their Akashic says. They're going to have a business, they're going to invent something, they're going to have this beautiful union, which brings about an awareness or a money or a shift in the public perspectives. It'll bring about an influence that changes the dynamic of people's minds and thinking, and they want to stop this, and they've been stopping it. They've been having extravagant illusions. They're talking about how someone has a master's degree and another one doesn't. They think that this makes them better or more qualified. So school smarts are not the same or the equivalent to tough, hands-on life lessons and overcoming the challenges while maintaining personal equilibrium, guided by Source Divine, seemingly otherwise alone. A master's degree cannot replace this knowing. Somebody said, this hour, and that was at 9 a.m. on July 4th. It was, and this hour means now, right now. Somebody is obligated. They are legally binded. Something is about a title which describes somebody's position. There's something about social media. They want to shut it down. They want, many of you are getting, what do they call that? Banned. What does they call that? Shadow banned. They're trying desperately to keep your content from the people. One masculine is asking another if her hands are dirty. They're talking about prostitute and $1,000 per session. This is all they ever fantasize about, is degrading and defiling the womb energy of the organic women. It could be that there is a feminine out there that's obligated to prostitute themselves as they have forced others to do. But I don't know why it would cost $1,000, unless maybe there's a storyline that I don't know about. She's attracted to nobody, somebody said. They keep sending in people for a relationship or a request for a relationship, and she rejects them all. These people, they think they're so freaking clever, and yet they fail to recognize that she's already in a spiritual union. She's walking with the divine, the God, goddess, creators of all that is. They're part of her life unseen, and they keep sending in people to try to snare her and snag her up. And they don't understand why it's not working. These are scoundrels. And they keep trying to intervene in her destined path. Somebody asked another, what were you showing me? This was a feminine, a younger feminine. And it seems like they're trying to tempt her to doppeldang or catfish this person who keeps rejecting them. Like they need her to degrade herself, defile herself, or choose somebody while wearing a mask to create the illusion that this one who keeps rejecting everybody has accepted someone. Well, she already has. And it'll be very, very clear what they're trying to do here. It won't work. I heard somebody say, "Get off my land." There was something about she had to die for their sins and Osiris gave her her life back. The kingdom of heaven is within her. And so all of those who were deceitfully convicted and held are now free. I guess free to enjoy this kingdom of heaven that is in this person that has overcome the impossible challenge and walks with God. It's like she's the portal or something. There's a feminine and a masculine discussing charity. The way this woman or this feminine figure treats the people is quite different than how these other brutalizer dominators were treating people. Somebody said, there's a friggin' huge difference. A feminine said to another, if you're not comfortable, da-da-da-da-da. Yakety yak, she was the clearest of them all, a feminine said. This one listened to the suffering, the mental insanity that was being driven through somebody's mind. Probably participated in it. But she's saying she was the clearest of them all, which suggests that she no longer has telepathic connection. So there's 2 months down the road. This is what the curator was talking about when he was speaking about an exodus. So within 2 months, and I couldn't really tell, it may have been 3, down the road, there will be an exodus. There will be some fantastic thing. Now, then there was, quote unquote, our location, a masculine was saying. So he's concerned about his location, these cloaking, magical, whatever spells that they've been drumming up, they're not working. So it could be that their location has been discovered. I heard a younger woman saying, then being out of the blue. So this is a copycat, catfishing someone's spontaneous surprise, pretending it was they who had the experience. Now, not yesterday, but the day before, I was at the waterfront and I was sitting there and this woman, I was just sitting there kind of with my head down, listening to the Latin jazz music playing. And before I know it, somebody's standing in front of me. So I raised my head up and it was a woman, like an Asian woman or not. I can't remember because her features are not really with me, but she had in her hand a bouquet and she said complimentary flowers. And I said, excuse me? And she says complimentary flowers. And I was like, whoa. So either somebody was watching me and had a flower delivery service right there and then. I have no idea. But anyway, this sounds like then being out of the blue. It's like there's a catfisher out there potentially for me trying to take on my storyline, which is just stupid. It's like, go get a life, man. Go out there and have your own experiences. Something is critical, which is a very serious and dangerous situation. It could also be an attack is highly likely to occur in the near future. This could be that 2 to 3 months. There may be, and then people have been talking about solar flares or some EMP or electromagnetic frequency shooting off of the sun. And they've been talking about this artificial intelligence is going to go down. Whatever this is, it's going to shut the electronics down. And anybody with a chip in their brain or something, all these clones that are operating off of hard drives or whatever in their brain, I mean, it may shut out the chips. People who have been walking around with this nanotechnology in them without even knowing about it, like that could all actually go offline. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But it appears as though when this happens, there's going to be a mass exodus. Somebody is talking to the curator or someone attacking you. You only hurt the hell out of them. Hurt the hell out of. You have earned your wings. And then this is where they said, highest level you've ever been is 33. She is 49. She's pledged herself to someone else. And if they interfere in that connection, there's something about a talisman, a shared talisman. She's pledged herself to another. They have a shared talisman between them. This curator is targeting this woman, and they're salivating at the thought of causing her extreme suffering. It's really repulsive, and I just feel, it just disgusts me that they have the privilege of speaking with a man voice in this manner. One of them said, "It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen." Now, there's a protector out there that's got these people messed up in the head. They're saying it's mythological. They have no idea what the F it is. They can't figure it out. They can't overcome it. This is a being like from before they recorded things, like from the beginning of time. It's like your soul, your spirit, your genetics, whatever it is, you are linked to this prehistoric, long gone life that they call a myth. They have no idea what it is. It could actually be, something really special. They think it's really ugly, but some of the descriptions of actual angels are pretty fearsome too. So take it as it resonates. This is happening because of who it is and what they are here to do, someone said. They tried to stop someone from fulfilling their purpose, and now they are receiving wrath. Wrath from someone that they did not have any belief in, faith in, or knowledge of. They have no idea who or what is walking with this woman that they're trying to take out. They have no idea what alliances she has accrued during this severe challenge that they have presented her. She's level 49 compared to their level 33. She is love, and they are vicious and vile. There is an extreme difference between these entities. Extreme. There is a mound of something. The other day they were talking about, this curator was talking about heads literally rolling. I'm reminded of the bison, that the Native Americans had an incredible spiritual, sacred relationship with, and how they tried to make them go extinct, and they had mounds and mounds of their bones. This kind of reminds me of that. It could be a mound of heads from this curator's family, or whatever it is that they got going on. They betrayed God. They betrayed the divine. They betrayed the one who was sent in to help them elevate. They tried to bury this person in a tremendous amount of suffering. And apparently this person overcame or did the impossible by overcoming it. Someone said to another, they came onto your property. So this property is and has always been a gift from the divine, which can be reclaimed at any time. The Most High God, that this earth is called Mother Earth for a reason. And all of these so-called masculines, they think that they own the property, the land, the spirit, the soul, the life force of it. They have no humility, and they have no reverence for the one who made their lives possible or nice in any way. These ones have been targeting people who have property, who have trust funds, who have bank accounts or CDs or some kind of savings, some kind of wealth. They've been targeting these people, gaining a relationship or some kind of contract, and then they've been eliminating them, claiming the inheritance, claiming ownership of that property, which was never theirs, and they only gained that contract because of the property. It was very deceitful. They had premeditations of unaliving this person and getting rid of them and feeding them to this black hole soul. Very cruel, very vicious, very low caliber of an entity. Somebody said, they're killing themselves. There's a lot of suicides going on at this time. What they put you through, what they had such a tremendous amount of joy doing. They were so skilled. They were so able. They were so equipped to dominate others who were supposedly angels. And now all of that they did to these ones who had the ability to transmute death energy, to had the ability to rejuvenate after a major mental mind F. All of that's back on them now. They don't have the abilities to rejuvenate. They desperately need the energy of these ones to even manage themselves, and they're not going to get it. Curator says he's going to give it to her. Satan wants to prostitute her. So what he's going to do, he's making plans for sabotage. He's going to pretend that he has a relationship with her, some spell over whatever it is that he's going to give to her. He's going to try to make it appear as though she has agreed to support him and to have a relationship with him in some way. He's saying she needs to be taught a lesson. That's the end of this transmission. It's the end of this message, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.